Hello world, Paul Wittekind back with the universal law of numbers, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie in the golden ratio phi to the periodic table of mathematics. Now as I speak, I bring up the fact that this universal law of numbers is not just a fancy schematic of numbers or anything like that. It's just something that came from the universe. It's derived by taking the square of each of the numbers 1 through 9, the cube of them, taking them to the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th power, coming back up to the 8th power, 9th power, 10th power, 11th power, 12th power, 13th power, 14th power, 15th power, 16th power, on and on to infinity. It's a revolving circle. It's in all dimensions, and it goes like that to infinity. So, all of the numbers in the world are just the 1 through 9. That's all we have. And they repeat themselves. Once you hit 9, you go to 1. You get back to 9, you go back to 1 again. And then all of a sudden, mathematics makes a lot more sense. I only speak here of mathematics in terms of mathematics. Excuse me for that. I'm going to do my best today to try not to subject you to all of that. That's not nice of me, I know. But what can I say? It's just the kind of person I am. Now here I go. Maybe if I bring that out a little further, I can put it up. I don't know. Okay, don't hire me as your videographer, whatever you do. Okay, so universal numbers must exist in the code. Otherwise, what kind of a code would it be? But it's the 369 code. And the 369 code it's the core of all mathematics. And I'm going to set out to prove that to you today. Firstly, I just want to have my one comment here in the beginning, and I'm going to speak about war. Now, unlike other people who do mathematics, call themselves mathematicians and the like, you know, automatically you do mathematics and you correlate that to laws of physics and chemistry, etc., biology, and it works very well because it's the truth. There is that correlation. However, much overlooked is the correlation between mathematics and the study of life itself. So, my comment today is about war. So the thing about war is, you know, the only way to win a war is to win the hearts and minds of people, right? And the only way to sustain the peace is to educate people, because that's what keeps them at peace with themselves. Now, some people think that you can win a war by killing people's friends and family. Do you think that's the way we, a rational person would try and win the hearts and minds of other people? So, wasn't it Albert Einstein that said performing the same experiment over and over and expecting different results is the definition of crazy? Well, that's a definition of crazy, and I'm making the correlation by killing people's friends and families is equally crazy. So, whatever you think, oftentimes the reasons we are sold wars has nothing at all to do with the actual agenda. And in essence, the agenda is always so that the people controlling us, who want to control others, continue to be able to do that. So I just suggest people out there in the world to, consider that and reflect upon that next time, somebody's telling you, to shoot in that direction, to just be aware of that. Now, back on to phi. Okay, so phi is this number, the golden ratio, and it comes, it starts out 1618 or 16180. And all I do is I attempt to make the correlation between PHI and the 369 code, otherwise known as the Universal Law of Numbers, otherwise known as Widekind's number, otherwise known as the periodic table of mathematics. Call it what you will, it's irrelevant. The thing is, it's just the basic structure of mathematics. Our mathematics. The only mathematics. When I look at that circle, it's the only circle. If I see a sphere there, it's the sphere. If I see multidimensional spheres, it's the multidimensional spheres. So, basically with phi, I add up 1.6180 to itself, on and on and on and on, which means 1.6180 times 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5, and it goes on like that to infinity. I don't have to keep on adding it to infinity because once I see the series, I trust in the table that it will continue on that way. Now, if it doesn't, please somebody take pi out to a million digits, take phi out to a million digits, take the natural logarithm e out to a million digits, and show me that I'm wrong about this. But I just have a lot of faith in this thing here that, to me, it's basically God. Anyway, to you it can be whatever you want it to be, but we're talking about the universe. So what we do is when I add these numbers together, then I just add them up and I see what they reduce to. And in the case of phi, with that, it's 753,186,429, followed by 763,186,429. And that should carry on to infinity. Now, please check it out. I can't do that much arithmetic. I do everything by hand. But I'm very confident that that's what it will be. And so what happens here, there is a change. Here it changes from 753 to 763, okay? 369, 369, but here we have 36 and here we have 53. So why does phi do that? Well, phi is not a circle, right? It's a relationship between basically numbers in a line. So it maybe that's the explanation why it doesn't follow such a circular structure as pi or 2 pi does, etc. Now, what I have to do to substantiate this is just keep on adding the next number on to phi, and following 80 would be 3, okay? So now I'm going to do it with 1.61803 times 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5, and we get a very familiar sequence of numbers when we do that. So numbers are not so irrational. They have their own rationality, and usually they're much simpler than they're presented to us, and it creates a great deal of confusion. So if I add 1.61803 times 1 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, 4, 5, 6 on to infinity, we should reach this code, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that repeats itself every 9 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, to infinity. And, well, what can I say? It's the golden ratio. It's phi. It's an amazing thing, if you think about it. And people in the world, you can use phi for your own purposes. I mean, Mozart used it, Beethoven used it, I suppose John Lennon used it too, because he could take some very simple words and very simple, arrangements of music and write a song in 5 minutes that literally, changes the world. So now if we add 3 on, we're going to get a series that repeats in 9s, and it's 4, 8, 3, 7, 2, 6, 1, 5, 9. So you know, the 369 code, yes, 369, separated by 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 9, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 9, 369 code, 4, 8, so it's 2, 4, 2, 8, 4, and it's 2, 1, 5. So there's different ways to arrange the 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, 1, but here we have it looking like this: 2, 1, 5, 7, 8, 4, or 5, 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, or 7, 8, 4, 2, 1, 5, and I think we will see something of that nature here. 2, 8, 4, well, let's do it like this: 7, 8, 4, 2, 1, 5. 7, 8, 4, 2, 1, 5. Okay, now, once again, I'm not the creator of the universe. I just observe it, and this is what the universe gives us. Basically, what it's giving us is the 369 code. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, folks, that's the 369 code too. Because 3s and 6s and 9s are connected. They're related. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9. 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9. It's all very simple. But 2, 5, 8 and 7, 4, 1 are also the 369 code because they're separated by 3s and 6s. And that's why they keep on reoccurring throughout the code. That's how they reoccur in mathematics. Now, just to point this feature out: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, cross 0, go backwards, minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, if you go backwards 2, 1, we're going to go back 3. So if we're going forwards 3 from 2, it's going to go 2, 5, 8. 2, 5, 8. But if we go backwards 3 across 0 in the negative direction, it's going to go 2 to the minus 1 if we subtract 3, and then it's going to take on the 1, 4, 7 code. And that's just the 2, 4, 8 code recycling all over again. Okay, so now what happens when I add the next number on of the phi to a million digits? No, we're not doing it to a million digits. Okay. So the next number is 9. But in the revolving circle, whenever you add 9 to a number, it never changes the number. So the arrangement has to be exactly the same, which it is, of course. It's 483, 726, 159. 483, 726, 159. And that's why it is that. And now for today's grand finale, what happens if we add on the next number, which is an 8? 1.61803398 times 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 to infinity. Add up the numbers, reduce them. You're going to get 369, 369, 369 to infinity. So folks, phi is also the 369 code. And I hope I demonstrated that for you today. And just to add upon my initial comments, you know, because it's the part of the deal that I have to uphold. I am teaching the world 369 mathematics. It's mathematics, it's geometry, it's trigonometry. All geometry and trigonometry is all about the 369 code. But I have to make, you know, I'm trying to help the world. And, you know, once again, this thing about war, don't ever be afraid of the truth, okay? If you look at this thing and they're telling you, you know, Saddam Hussein has got the yellow cake. The only yellow cake Saddam Hussein had was the yellow cake he had for his birthday, okay? Now, behind this array of numbers, you will, just like in real life, just like the power structure, behind there you find the real characters, okay? And they're running the show. And they're saying 149779419, and we're jumping up and down, getting excited about killing people, okay? But 369 running the show behind the scenes, They have their own agenda, okay? Now, the whole point is, when you look at numbers, you see 149779419. Doesn't mean a thing until you realize 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 4 is 16, which is a 7, 5 times 5 is 25, which is a 7, 6 times 6 is 36, which is a 9, 7 times 7 is 49, which is a 4, 8 times 8 is 64, which is a 1, and 9 times 9 is 81, which is a 9. And in between these numbers, there's information too. There's a 3, there's a 5, there's a 7, there's a 9, there's a 4, there's a 3, and there's an 8. And it's just a deeper message. And try and understand the deeper messages. Try and look behind the curtain. Try and understand what goes on in the smoke-filled rooms, to understand what the agenda is, why it doesn't all add up. If you understand the truth, then everything is going to start to add up. And I encourage you to do that. But I also encourage you to be peaceful, because once again, hurting people, killing people, manipulating people, lying and deceiving people, it doesn't win the hearts and minds. The only way to win the hearts and minds is by educating them, and in so doing, hopefully changing the evil to the good. And I'm going to leave you with that word. Paul Whittekind, signing out from the University of the Universe, the best university that there is, and I hope to see you back again, because I have some more good things to show you too.